Thanks for taking the time to talk to us.
No worries. Appreciate it.
All right, we'll kick things off with Cass.
Sorry, I had music playing somewhere. I was trying to get rid of. Hi, Chuba. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing good.
That's good.
Canales talked about how this offseason, something he really wanted Bryce to focus on was like, like, sorry, what am I thinking of? Polishing that time between the huddle and the snap, and kind of getting that time down and making sure it's being most effective. What are some of the ways that you can kind of help with that? How is that sort of an offensive task overall beyond just Bryce?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously Bryce is the quarterback. He leads the charge, but it's all our jobs to make sure this thing runs smoothly. I think a big thing that we stress is just urgency. We've been saying that all off season. So a big thing is like Bryce obviously gonna lead the charge, but it's my job to be there to make sure we're getting in and out. The receivers making sure they're getting set, just making sure the huddle and the on and off the field kind of transition is just smooth, so we can attack. And like I said, we're urgent, focusing on attack, and as long as we can kind of always be in that mindset, kind of that's what we're after.
And then one other thing, now that John Metchie is here, I think y'all have the highest concentration of John Cornish Trophy winners in one locker room. Do y'all get to form a coalition, gang up on Chef Tracy for more poutine?
Yeah, we might have to get some poutines in there and some other stuff. But no, Mechie, he's a dog. Once I saw we signed him, I was excited. I was telling him like I probably known about him since I was like 16 years old. When you're in Canada, there's only so many. There's a lot more now, but when I was coming up, there's only so many, football players making it that far. So I knew about him as well as a bunch of other guys. So to be able to be on the same team and like kind of like share memories about each other that we knew of but didn't actually know each other, it's cool.
Was this the first time y'all have met in person? Was this off season?
First time in person. So like I've known who he was and what he's done and all these different things and heard great things, but now to meet him has been dope. Like we just went to dinner yesterday and I was like, damn, bro, finally got a Canadian that understand the stuff I be going through. So yeah, it's cool.
What is some of the stuff he understands?
I mean, I'm not gonna get into some of the stuff, but
Okay.
just Canadian slang, going back home, the feelings, and just stuff like that. Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Sheena Quick, followed by Mike K.
Hi, Chuba.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
We've seen some coverage and footage of you and Jonathon Brooks working out. You most recently attended his baptism on Sunday. Can you talk to us a little bit about how that relationship has deepened, particularly this off season?
Yeah, I mean, ever since JB came in, a big thing I told myself was I want to be not just a great teammate, but also a great friend to him. I see all the potential in him. He's a one-on-one player, also a one-on-one just person. And I just saw what he had in him and the potential. And for me, as a leader, as a competitor, obviously I'm chasing greatness myself, but I want to see the people around me be great as well. So I told JB, like, just stick with me. We'll work together, and you're gonna be well off. And he's worked hard this off season and even this past season. So I've said it before, the sky's the limit, and I'm excited for him. He's gonna keep working, and it's gonna be a lot of ups and downs. That's life, but he's trending in the right direction. So I'm happy for him.
Thanks, Chuba.
Mm-hmm.
Chuba, with that said, I mean, you've kind of seen it all in your career here, the ups, the downs, and everything like that. But typically, you've kept a pretty level head. How has Jonathon kind of handled those ups and downs as both a friend and as a competitor?
Yeah, I mean, I can only say from how I've seen it from my perspective. I'm sure there's a lot of highs and lows that he's dealt with on his own that I'm not quite sure of, but I think it's exactly what you said, just keeping a level head and, just staying close to God. Obviously, like you guys just said, he just got baptized and he's been building in his faith, building in his relationship with God, which I think is amazing. And in doing that, I think it also just kind of creates a resiliency in your mind and where you're going there. So he's very mature for his age, and in terms of those things, he's right where he needs to be.
You guys didn't draft a running back. you brought in AJ, but it seems like you're going to have a lot of continuity in that room. Obviously, Rico leaving, but for the most part, you've got two guys that are coming back from the practice squad. I know you're the only one, like you guys go out there one at a time, but how does that build the chemistry of the room when you have that type of continuity?
Yeah, I mean, I've said it to you guys every year. I've been fortunate enough to have great rooms every single year I've been in Carolina, from not just, like I said, great teammates, but also people. And the one thing is, like, we got a couple of young guys that are real fast, explosive. We got, AJ in there now, OG, that, has that level of the game that can kind of help you with that side of things. So we can all help each other in some way or the other. And a big thing I told them, and we've all kind of echoed to each other, is like, I get that the running back room can be what it is, one guy on the field, but I always think everyone could be successful. We can all have a slice of cake. So that's my mentality.
Sorry, technical difficulties, but we'll go with Jeff Hawkins, followed by Joe Person.
Hey, greetings, Chuba. How's your off season going?
It's doing well, thank you. How about you?
Oh, good, thanks. I don't have an off season, but it's all
I was
right.
about to say, I don't think you're in off season, but
No.
we'll treat it as
Hey,
that.
hey, as a featured back, what are your thoughts on the new look offensive line, and have you reached out to the new guys yet?
Yeah, obviously, I feel like we've had a great offensive line since I've been here. Obviously, last year a lot of injuries and stuff like that, but all the guys we've added in free agency, and then obviously with the draft and everything, I mean, I'm foaming at the mouth. That's something obviously a running back loves to see, and we got dogs up front. We've always had that. Obviously, have the great coaches there to get those guys right and too. So I'm excited. It's pretty simple. I'm really excited.
Thanks and good luck.
Thank you.
Hey, Chuba, good to see you, man.
Good to see you too.
Canales said that from everything he's seen and heard, that Jonathan has looked really good. I know you've been working out with him. What just your assessment on how he's doing physically?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's in a really good spot, a great spot, if that. Like I said, I think throughout this process, there's going to be highs and lows. But throughout this whole offseason, I think he just progressed in the right direction in like a substantial amount. So just to see him build his confidence, kind of get back to himself on the field and getting closer to who he knows he could be and even surpass that, it's been cool to just be a part of, push him, and then have him push me too. So, yeah, I'm excited for him.
Also, wondered what you and the other team leaders are doing this offseason and into OTAs to kind of keep building on what y'all have established here, certainly making the playoffs last year.
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing is what we've harped on is just, continue to build that chemistry between each other. I think a team that's banded tightly together is unbreakable. So I think that's what we're just going to continue to build in the workouts, on and off the field, and everything we do. And I'm not going to just get into the details of what we're doing to spend time with each other and stuff like that, but that is definitely a big focus for us. I'll say that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mike Solarte, followed by Steve Reed.
Thanks, Kia. Hey, Chuba. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
The last season, there were times that Rico said he lobbied for plays to be called because he saw something, that he wanted to try to exploit and make gains. With Rico now gone, do you kind of assume that role as the vocal guy to pitch ideas at Brad Idzik, who's going to be your new play caller, and maybe how did that dynamic maybe change between Idzik and Coach Canales?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're very fortunate enough to have a staff that allows us to be able to communicate how we feel and actually then receive it. So I think we're blessed to have that, and vice versa. I think that all comes with player-coach's relationship. And when you have a relationship like that where a coach can tell you something or you can tell a coach something and you believe in each other and it's all from one unit, I think that's great. So, yeah.
Do you think there'll be much of a change with Brad calling the plays now as opposed to Coach Canales? I know you worked with him a little bit, having him do that in the preseason, but preseason isn't as very involved for you being one of the starters.
Yeah, I mean, I think Brad and Dave obviously have similar mindsets and schemes and stuff, obviously. So they're both great minds, and I trust the coaching. I know they'll obviously spitball back and forth off each other. So a big thing for me is like I'm here to play ball and lead this team, and whatever they call, I'm gonna make the most out of it. So I'm trusting the coaches and what they have in front of us, and I'll leave it at that.
And my last one, the cap you're wearing. Where do the Fighting Chuba Hubbards play with that personalized cap you're wearing today?
You said the Fighting Chuba Hubbards.
Yeah, on your hat, the CH on your hat.
Oh, Chrome Hearts, yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know there was.
That's I'll go with Flying Chuba Hubbards. That's cool.
Thanks, Chuba.
Yeah.
Chuba, Steve Reed from the AP. Mike stole my question, not the one about the hat, but about the offense. But anyway, do you notice, is there a different mentality that you notice just being around guys after what you guys accomplished last season, and just an eagerness to build on what you did last season with reaching the playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was definitely good to change the narrative in Carolina last year. I think everyone in the city and in the state can agree on that. But I think also from another viewpoint is like we also see how far we could have went and how close we were. So obviously it was a blessing to win a bunch of games. Obviously lost some too, but to get in the playoffs and finally get that done. But I think we just see how far we can actually go. Like we're just scratching the surface now. So there's not going to be any time for no dips or leaning off the gas or anything. We're going to keep the foot on the gas and keep pressing and get to where we want to go. And 2026, the sky's the limit for the Carolina Panthers. So I'm excited. Everyone's itching to get back on the field. It's been a good offseason.
Our last two questions will be with Darren Gant, followed by Deshaun Brown.
Chuba, you were talking about the offensive line a second ago. How would you describe the way Taylor Moton works and leads that group?
I'd say just first off, like Timo is like a one-of-one player, like the ultimate professional, does everything the right way, practices hard. He's getting up there at age. I know his body's hurting sometimes, but fights through that, fights through adversity, leads the guys the right way, takes young guys in if they need. Just when I could just say the epitome of like a professional or the ultimate vet, he's that. So I think having a guy like that on your offensive line is big because I always like to say like the trenches are the identity of the team. So having a guy like that can lead and also play at a high level is great. And he's done it year in, year out. So I'm thankful to have Timo for sure.
Yeah. Can you guys tell, what's that like when you see him pushing through things the way he has the last couple of years?
I'll just say, what year was it? Maybe like 2023. I don't want to go too far back, but I just remember a game seeing him. He had like 2 huge ice packs. Like, he was like obviously emotional and going through it, and I'm just thinking like maybe he's done for the game. I don't want to like bother him too much, but he just go right back out there and act like nothing's happened. Of course, come back, he's in pain, but like seeing somebody that consistently will just put their body on the line for their teammates, for their organization, and also themselves, that's what you want in a teammate. That's exactly what you want in a teammate. So, if we had 1,000 Timos, I'd say we'd be in a good spot. But yeah, shout out to Timo. We're thankful for him.
Hey, Chuba, thanks for taking the time to do this.
No worries.
You touched on, just as a team, guys collectively seeing how far you could have gone. I'm just curious, with more years and experience, what was your approach to the offseason? And if anything, how has that changed?
My approach is the same. Win everything. Win the workouts, win the sprinting, win the meetings, win the recovery. I just want everything I do to be about winning. I want everything we do in this building to be about winning. So then when it comes time for that in season on Sundays, that's all we're focused on. And that's what guys are chasing. So, yeah, I've said it like 5 times, but I'm excited.
We appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, Chuba, that's all the questions we have for you this afternoon. Thanks for taking the time.
Thank you, guys.